Understand the human need for connection, and you begin to see why relationships, whether personal or professional, thrive on interaction and understanding. Connection is not just a luxury, it is an inherent necessity woven into the very fabric of our existence. From the moment we are born, we seek comfort in the warmth of others, in the affirmation of being seen, heard, and valued. It's not just about proximity or shared space, it's about emotional resonance, the kind that says you matter. The need for connection is why people gravitate toward friendships, partnerships, and communities. It explains why a heartfelt conversation can turn a bad day around and why moments of isolation can feel heavier than they appear. Connection fuels our growth, provides us with perspective, and anchors us when the chaos of life feels overwhelming. It's in those shared smiles, those understanding nods, and even in the unspoken solidarity of standing together during difficult times. What's remarkable is that this need is universal. It crosses cultures, languages, and generations, reminding us that at our core, we are more alike than we are different. Even those who appear distant or reserved often crave connection. Their silence is sometimes a reflection of their unspoken fears or past disappointments. Yet the human heart is resilient, always yearning to find its rhythm in sync with another's. Connection is where empathy begins. When you truly understand someone, not just their words, but their emotions and experiences, you step into a space where judgment fades and compassion takes over. It is in this space that relationships deepen, misunderstandings are resolved, and bonds are strengthened. The human need for connection isn't just about filling a void, it's about creating meaning. It's about finding purpose in shared dreams, mutual support, and the simple yet profound act of being present for one another. Be subtle but powerful in your approach, for true influence often lies in what is understated yet deeply impactful. In a world that constantly rewards noise and grand gestures, there's an undeniable strength in mastering the art of subtlety. It's not about shrinking or withholding your truth, it's about delivering your message, your presence, and your intentions in a way that lingers like a melody that plays in someone's mind long after the music has stopped. Subtlety requires a deep understanding of timing and delivery. It's knowing that the quietest words often carry the most weight when spoken at the right moment. It's realizing that a well-placed pause, a thoughtful glance, or a carefully chosen action can say more than 1,000 loud proclamations. When you approach a situation with subtlety, you don't overwhelm, you invite curiosity. You create a space where your message isn't just heard but felt, where it resonates because it respects the listener's ability to grasp its depth without being pushed. This kind of power comes from confidence and inner assurance that doesn't need constant validation. When you are secure in your purpose, you don't need to force it on to others. Instead, you lead by example, letting your consistency, your authenticity, and your quiet determination speak for you. Subtle power is about planting seeds rather than demanding immediate results. It's about showing rather than telling, inspiring rather than imposing. In relationships, being subtle but powerful means you understand the value of restraint. You communicate without overwhelming, you support without smothering, and you love without losing yourself. It's in the gentle touch that reassures, the quiet word of encouragement that uplifts, and the actions that consistently back up your promises. True power is never about overpowering others, it's about standing so firmly in your truth that others are drawn to your energy without feeling coerced. This approach works in all areas of life, whether you're navigating professional challenges, building personal relationships, or working toward your dreams. The world often overlooks the quiet forces, but it is they who endure, who inspire, and who ultimately create the most profound and lasting change. Lead with emotional intelligence, because it is the key that unlocks meaningful connections and fosters understanding in every area of life. Emotional intelligence is not just about recognizing the emotions of others. It begins with understanding your own inner world, your feelings, triggers, and reactions. It's about navigating your emotions with grace so they empower you rather than control you. When you develop this skill, you gain the ability to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, to communicate clearly instead of defensively, and to approach challenges with empathy rather than aggression. Self-awareness. This means taking the time to reflect on who you are, what drives you, and how your emotions influence your actions. Self-awareness is the foundation of self-regulation, which allows you to pause before reacting, to choose your words carefully, and to maintain composure in the face of adversity. It's about managing your emotions in a way that aligns with your values and long-term goals, rather than being swayed by temporary frustrations or fleeting impulses. But emotional intelligence doesn't stop at self-management, it extends outward to how you perceive and interact with others. Empathy is at the heart of emotional intelligence. It's the ability to see the world through someone else's eyes, to feel their struggles and triumphs as if they were your own. When you lead with empathy, you build trust. People don't just hear your words, they feel your intentions. They know you're not just trying to be heard, but that you genuinely care about understanding them. Communication is another pillar of emotional intelligence. It's not just about saying the right things, but saying them in a way that resonates. It's about knowing when to speak and when to listen, about recognizing the power of nonverbal cues, your tone, your body language, your presence. Leaders who communicate with emotional intelligence inspire collaboration, diffuse conflict, and motivate others toward a shared vision. They understand that how you make people feel is as important, if not more so, than the content of your message. Finally, emotional intelligence requires adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and leading with emotional intelligence means being flexible without losing your center. It's the ability to pivot when needed, to adjust your approach based on the circumstances while staying true to your core values. It's about resilience, the quiet strength to weather storms without hardening, to face setbacks without losing hope, and to rise each time with renewed purpose. To lead with emotional intelligence is to recognize that leadership is not about authority, but about connection. It's about inspiring others through understanding, guiding them with clarity, and lifting them with compassion. It's a leadership that doesn't just demand respect, but earns it. The power of creating curiosity lies in its ability to ignite interest, captivate attention, and inspire action. Curiosity is a natural driver of human behavior, a force that compels people to explore the unknown, ask questions, and seek answers. When you master the art of creating curiosity, you hold the key to engagement, influence, and meaningful connections. Creating curiosity begins with withholding just enough information to intrigue without overwhelming. It's about crafting the message that invites questions rather than providing all the answers up front. This could mean presenting a story with an unexpected twist, sharing a glimpse of something exciting without revealing the full picture, or posing a thought-provoking question that sparks imagination. By doing so, you engage the mind and stimulate a desire to know more, pulling people into a journey they didn't even realize they wanted to take. Curiosity thrives on unpredictability and the promise of discovery. When you introduce an element of surprise or present something in an unconventional way, you disrupt the ordinary and capture attention. People are naturally drawn to novelty and innovation, and the unexpected creates an emotional response that keeps them hooked. Whether it's in personal relationships, storytelling, or professional settings, Tapping into this dynamic keeps interactions fresh and engaging. The power of creating curiosity also lies in its ability to build anticipation. When people feel a sense of suspense or mystery, they become emotionally invested in the outcome. This anticipation creates a powerful connection as it keeps their focus on what's coming next. Whether it's a heartfelt message, a creative project, or a new idea, the anticipation driven by curiosity can make the experience more memorable and impactful. At its core, curiosity is about engaging with others on a deeper level. It's not about manipulation, but about creating an environment where people feel encouraged to think, wonder, and explore. When you inspire curiosity, you invite people to be active participants rather than passive observers. This engagement fosters genuine connection and opens the door to meaningful conversations, shared experiences, and mutual growth. To wield the power of curiosity effectively, you must understand your audience and what resonates with them. It's about knowing what sparks their interest, what challenges their assumptions, and what excites their imagination. By tailoring your approach to their unique perspectives and desires, you can create a connection that feels personal and compelling. Curiosity is also a tool for self-discovery and growth. When you embrace curiosity in your own life, you open yourself to new possibilities, perspectives, and experiences. It challenges you to step out of your comfort zone, question the status quo, and continually evolve. It's a reminder that there's always more to learn, more to experience, and more to uncover. Focusing on your value, not their validation, is about reclaiming the power to define your worth from within rather than relying on the opinions or approval of others. It's a transformative mindset that prioritizes self-respect, self-awareness, and self-love over external affirmation. When you shift your focus to your intrinsic value, you begin to recognize the unique qualities, talents, and contributions that make you irreplaceable. This awareness fosters a deeper sense of confidence and independence, allowing you to stand tall regardless of who validates or acknowledges you. Validation from others can often feel like a quick boost to your self-esteem, but it's fleeting and conditional. It's a temporary sense of worth tied to the whims, perceptions, or expectations of someone else. Living for their validation places your sense of self in their hands, leaving you vulnerable to their acceptance or rejection. When you focus instead on your own value, you break free from this dependency, building a foundation of self-worth that is unshakable and enduring. Your value is not something to be proven or earned, it is inherent and constant. It's about embracing your strengths and acknowledging your areas of growth without shame or guilt. This mindset allows you to approach life authentically, free from the need to perform or conform for the sake of others. It's about celebrating who you are in the present moment while striving for personal growth that aligns with your own values and aspirations. When you focus on your value, you naturally attract people and opportunities that resonate with your authenticity. Relationships become healthier and more fulfilling because they are rooted in mutual respect and appreciation rather than a desperate need for approval. You become a magnet for connections that uplift and support you rather than those that drain or diminish you. This approach not only enhances your relationships, but also empowers you to set boundaries, protecting your energy and prioritizing your well-being. Focusing on your value also means recognizing that not everyone will see or appreciate it, and that's okay. Their inability to validate you says more about them than it does about you. It's a reflection of their perspective, priorities, or limitations, not a reflection of your worth. By detaching from their judgments, you reclaim your freedom to live authentically and unapologetically. This mindset is especially powerful in moments of challenge or rejection. When others fail to recognize your value, It's not an invitation to question yourself, but an opportunity to reaffirm your worth. It's a chance to remind yourself that you are enough just as you are. It's about understanding that your value doesn't diminish in the face of someone's indifference or misunderstanding. It remains steady, a constant source of strength and resilience. Focusing on your value is not arrogance, it's a commitment to honoring yourself in a world that often encourages comparison and self-doubt. It's a declaration that you are deserving of love, respect, and success not because someone else says so, but because you inherently are. This mindset allows you to navigate life with grace, self-assurance, and the unshakable belief that you are worthy, no matter what external validation may or may not come your way. Letting go of the outcome is about releasing the grip of control over what happens next and trusting in the process of life. It's recognizing that while you can set intentions, work hard, and give your best effort, the ultimate results are often influenced by factors beyond your control. This mindset isn't about giving up or settling for less. It's about finding peace and freedom and knowing you've done all you can, and now it's time to let life unfold as it will. When you let go of the outcome, you free yourself from the weight of unrealistic expectations and the constant pressure to achieve perfection. Expectations can create a narrow vision of success, one that blinds you to other opportunities or outcomes that might be equally, if not more, fulfilling. By holding on too tightly to a specific result, you may inadvertently limit the potential of what could be, confining yourself to a singular path instead of embracing the limitless possibilities life has to offer. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care or that you stop striving for your goals. It means you detach your sense of worth or happiness from whether or not those goals are achieved in the exact way you envision. It's about focusing on the journey rather than fixating on the destination. This shift allows you to be present, to savor each step of the process, and to grow through the experiences that come your way. It turns life into an adventure rather than a checklist of outcomes to be met. The beauty of letting go lies in the freedom it brings. When you release the need to control everything, you create space for creativity, flexibility, and resilience. You learn to adapt to challenges, pivot when necessary, and discover new paths that might lead to even greater rewards. Letting go fosters trust in yourself and in the flow of life. It's about believing that even if things don't go as planned, you have the strength, resourcefulness, and determination to navigate whatever comes your way. Letting go of the outcome also relieves you from the emotional roller coaster of constant anticipation and disappointment. When you're overly attached to a specific result, every setback feels like a failure and every delay like a defeat. This can drain your energy, robbing you of the joy and fulfillment that comes from simply being present in the moment. By letting go, you replace this anxiety with a sense of calm and confidence. You understand that your value isn't tied to external achievements, but is rooted in who you are and how you live. It's about practicing patience and trusting in the timing of your life. Sometimes the things we desire most don't arrive when we expect them, but that doesn't mean they aren't on their way. Letting go of the outcome allows you to remain open to divine timing, where what is meant for you comes to you in the right way, at the right time. It teaches you to trust the process, to keep moving forward without being paralyzed by fear of failure or consumed by the need for immediate gratification. This mindset also strengthens your relationships. When you let go of the need to control how others respond to you, you create an environment where authenticity can thrive. You allow people to show up as they are rather than who you want them to be, fostering deeper connections based on mutual respect and understanding. It also helps you avoid the trap of seeking validation from others, as your sense of worth comes from within, not from external affirmation. Letting go of the outcome is an act of courage and faith. It requires you to step into the unknown, trusting that whatever happens, you'll be okay. It's about shifting your focus from what you can't control to what you can, your attitude, effort, and perspective. This shift empowers you to live with intention, gratitude, and grace, knowing that true success isn't defined by the outcome, but by the growth, resilience, and joy you experience along the way.